And a 2. And welcome back to another episode of the Funny Business Podcast, the podcast that has been there for you all for 139 straight weeks. No stopping, no capping, no gaslighting. We are there for you through the thick and the thin, even in the thick of Christmas season. What is Christmas all about? It's about family. I have a bunch of family in my house right now. If you hear a lot of yelling in the background, they're just having fun. They're making some cookies. They're making some kiffles. They're making some nut tossies. Having some drinks. You do not know what a nut tossie is?
No.
So basically, it's like a little ball of dough. Where they you then flatten, you'll make like a hole inside, and you put like nuts and like this like mixture on top. It's kind of like a kiffle, like an open kiffle.
Why don't you just call it a mini nut?
So it's called nut tossie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And for any of you out there having a blue Christmas, it's not as blue as my glasses that I have on today. But Mike, how are you? How are things?
Oh man, well, I'm on the exact opposite. I am at home, at peace. Me, myself, and I, ready to do another podcast with my best friend. Matt, believe it or not, last week in the episode, so we're going to have a couple callbacks from the last episode, I actually presented at my high school virtually, and I talked about funny business.
Oh, did you?
I did.
How so?
Never thought in my professional career I'd be talking about my personal podcasting. However, the little brief synopsis of it, I was able to describe what I actually do for a living. Yes, my $10,000 per podcast is not enough. So I talked mostly about my real-time full-time job. But then part of the questions at the time of a high schooler is like, okay, well, can I make money on YouTube? And I kind of went into all the things that a YouTuber makes, you know, not only with the content that they make, but then it's also like the merchandise, the brand deals, the monetization with the other social platforms. I used Tim the Tatman as an example, but I was talking about just why we do our podcast. And more so specifically, you know, I get to do it with my best friend. I have fun doing it, and it keeps up my craft personally in video and audio editing. But, you know, just the reality being we are content creators. And that was like weird to say when I was giving the presentation. But reality being, everybody starts where we have started. And it was kind of cool talking about it. There's some screenshots of like us. The worst part was, and I'm not sure if I should mention this, but I have my favorite brewery installed in the back. Like it's their logo and it's installed behind me in the background. My school is very strict when it comes to those type of rules. And I realized that this was still standing up in the background, but I didn't hear anything after that. So, but I'm great, man. I'm ready for another podcast. I'm ready for another week with you, man. But Matt, I have a special guest with us today.
Oh,
as weird as this is.
Is it the I forget what nationality he is. The guy that comes and does nothing?
Oh, no. Close. Matt, I remember my friend Lex?
Lex?
Yeah, Lex.
No.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's okay. Let me reintroduce you to Lex. No, not Alexa. Sorry for anybody who has a device.
Oops.
Yeah, whoops. Hey, Google. Never mind. I just realized that
just
me saying that
nice.
would activate it.
Yep.
Do you think, Matt, people are tired of hearing our Anchor ad?
Yeah, probably. But let's be honest. If it wasn't for Anchor, we would not be doing a podcast.
You're right, Matt. Once again, we have to thank Anchor for helping us continue to make each episode. Y'all know how it works. Anchor is free. It's easy to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, and distributes your podcast to platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and more.
And you all know that you can make money too, even with the first couple episodes that you start with.
So why haven't you started your own podcast yet? Anchor is everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started.
That's Anchor.fm.
So, Mike, when do you think we'll stop talking about Anchor?
Oh, man, Matt. You know what? To be completely honest, I think we'll be talking about this for a long time.
Last week I talked about artificial intelligence, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So just so happened in that next couple of days, I got a strange invite from this page called Lex.page.
Yep.
And it's an artificial intelligence writer. And I thought of bringing her onto the podcast. And I thought, Matt, we've been doing this for 139 weeks. We asked some pretty burning questions.
We have.
And I wouldn't mind having somebody who wasn't human answer some of the questions that we've asked throughout the years of doing this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, it's really the ultimate test of who was right.
Yeah, really. So this was a little bit inspired when I was showing Matt screenshots of like what I was typing. Matt, but again, artificial intelligence, the AI actually gave me a different answer for the first question I was going to ask.
Oh,
yeah. So I kind of went back many episodes ago. I was kind of looking at some of the most burning questions that we have answered during this show. And I'm going to have Lex answer it accordingly. So all the way back to episode 1, my friend.
Yep.
In the edition of Take It.
Yep.
And of course,
and the question as old as time.
Yes. And
Yep.
my favorite question to ask any student or anything in an open-ended question, when I said, ask a weird question.
It's such a great icebreaker. It's so stupid. It is so great.
Yeah. So the question was obviously who would win in a fight, 50 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck. So Matt, I asked Lex this question, and Lex's response was, it is impossible to answer this question definitely, as it depends on the individual skills and capabilities of the horses and the duck. However, most experts agree that the horse-sized duck would have an advantage due to its larger size and strength.
Yeah, but there's 50 of them. That just triggered. There's 50 horses. One duck cannot take down 50 horses.
Lex said so. So
I'm gonna have words with Lex. I'm gonna throw
some
hands.
heads. Matt, at any point, if you have a question, I will gladly answer it for you. But we're gonna keep moving on. Matt, in episode 9, way back when, we're in the single digits. Remember a question you asked me and Take It?
Nope. There's been too many.
So you asked the famed question, is Batman a superhero?
Which he's not.
And by Lex's response. So what happens when I do this is it's like kind of like a Word document, and I can type in questions, or I can like type in, it's meant to like help you out or help you answer some questions. So obviously I typed, is Batman a superhero? And I put the 3 pluses and the Word document. And the response is yes. Batman is a superhero. He's often referred to as the Dark Knight or the Caped Crusader, and has been a popular comic book character since his debut in 1939. He is seen as a symbol of justice, courage, and peace, and is one of the most recognizable superheroes in the world.
Okay, first of all, who the hell calls Batman the Caped Crusader?
Dude, back in the day, if you watched Adam West's Batman, he was always the Caped Crusader.
Also, that just said that Batman was a superhero because people assume he's a superhero.
Well, he is a superhero based on Lex's
I'm
response.
a free thinker. I don't conform.
You're
to the
not
rest of
artificial.
society. I'm not artificial.
All right, Matt. Episode 32. It was kind of sort of a holiday season. Not really a holiday season, but it was a holiday question. Do you remember what that question was?
32. Was it like favorite Christmas movie or Christmas cookie? Was it an actual debate?
It was a debate. You were very heated about this debate.
Oh. Soccer or golf?
No.
No.
When should you start celebrating Christmas?
Oh, yes. No, I'm very passionate about this.
So
I made my work social media when I was an intern about the same question.
Yeah. So now we're getting in some uncharted territories. I reviewed the first 2 to see if this was a viable segment. This one, I have no idea what the responses are going to be. So,
oh boy.
When should you start celebrating Christmas? We typically begin celebrating Christmas in the month of December. Depending on your culture and traditions, you may begin celebrating as early as late November or as late as early January.
Did you just make this segment to piss me off?
No, I swear. I
Well,
feel
it's
like
working.
I'm the more intelligent.
Finish that sentence.
I think that I had the more intelligent responses when it came to these conversations.
Oh man. So people start celebrating in early January. Who
You may
celebrates?
begin celebrating as early as late November or as late as early January.
Okay. Well, technically, in the church aspect, the Advent season does not end until like January 8th or something like that. So that's that I can understand that.
See, you're sounding more intelligent with just these simple prompts. Matt.
It's probably the drink that I'm having.
How weird would it be if you celebrated Christmas after the official holiday on December 25th?
I mean, so technically, I'm going to visit April after Christmas, and we
Okay.
will technically. I think we're not exchanging gifts until I get down there. So
Fair enough.
Excuse me. Yeah, technically, I think you can celebrate it anytime. I feel like the once we get to like December 20th to January to like December 31st, it's free game. You can do whatever, like whatever you want. Obviously, it's not like the Purge. You
Yeah.
can't do whatever you want. But in Christmas terms, you can do whatever you want.
You miss a lot of the staple traditions / feelings, I guess is the best way to talk about it.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm going to change my answer.
Okay.
I think you can start
December.
celebrating Christmas anytime, like celebrating like the actual Christmas, like giving gifts.
Uh-huh.
Once bowl games start, like this Friday, when college football bowl games start, because that's really, I mean, this Friday we're gonna have a bowl game at like 11:30 a.m. That's a Christmas present in itself. That's just wonderful.
So you're saying we should celebrate Christmas later than November 1st?
No, I'm saying you can start celebrating. No, I'm sorry. You can start getting in the Christmas spirit November 1st. But
Okay.
when you want to start giving presents, like the first present we get every year is the 11:30 bowl game on a Friday.
Okay.
That's the first present. So that's when the period starts that you can like begin giving gifts.
Okay.
Even though later in the show, I'm going to contradict exactly what I just said. But we'll get there.
All right, Matt. Episode 42. So this was entering in the new year.
Wow. I have no idea.
Remember Groundhog Day? We're talking about
Yeah.
Punxsutawney Phil.
That old fat bastard.
We started talking about the facts
fraud.
apparently. What's that?
How he's a fraud.
That there's only been one Punxsutawney Phil all this time.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the biggest lie of all time.
So we thought that there was this fountain of youth. I think Punxsutawney Phil's more of a bastard because we said that Betty White belongs in this little cult, this Punxsutawney Phil cult. So maybe he nixed her.
I believe I said that there's been at least 3 Punxsutawney Phils went over by a car. I'm pretty sure those words came out of my mouth. And I'm going to stand by that. I'm going to double down.
So Matt, the question that I want to ask is, where can you find the fountain of youth?
Okay.
So the response is, there is no physical location of the fountain of youth as it is a mythical concept. It is commonly attributed to various 16th century Spanish explorers searching for the legendary land of Bimini.
Wasn't there a Pirates of the Caribbean movie about this? There was a movie about this. It wasn't Pirate. No, it was Pirates. No.
I fell asleep.
Nice.
I have not realized how many Pirates of the Caribbean movies there are.
There's a lot. I believe they're coming.
lot.
There's another one coming out. I think they just
Yeah.
signed Johnny Depp to a new contract to come back as Jack Sparrow.
I got a job there. I got a job.
Great
there.
movies. Watch them on flight. Very good.
Did you? That's good.
Mhm.
I watched Avatar. Even though I watched it like a couple times already, I watched Avatar, and then a little bit of Spider-Man: No Way Home because I never actually watched it in full. That was my trip to San Francisco. Matt, the episode before our full year anniversary, Episode
Yeah.
51.
Yep.
Something was happening in the world of college sports.
March Madness.
Something else that was
NIL.
more. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So I'm with
Should
it now.
college athletes be paid? We're going to ask this artificial intelligence if college athletes should be paid.
Okay.
Yes. College athletes should be paid for the hard work they are putting into representing their schools. College athletes often put in countless hours of practice and dedication, often sacrificing their own studies and personal lives in order to represent their schools on the playing field. Paying them for their dedication and hard work would be a fair and justifiable compensation for their efforts. Holy shit, that sounds better than the NCAA's response.
That's better than what I said on the podcast. I agree with it. Damn. Can I ask a question?
Oh, Matt, absolutely.
I
What
have
question?
two that I'm going to ask. I'm going to save one for the end.
Yeah. Hit me.
Let's do a recent one.
Okay.
As recent as last week. Chocolate
Yeah.
or vanilla? What's better?
What is
I'm just
better?
curious to see if a certain answer gets brought up.
You're thinking that I'm
You have no
this.
idea what I'm thinking because I haven't told you this yet.
It is impossible to definitely answer this question, as it is a matter of personal preference. Some people may prefer one flavor over the other, while others may have no preference. Ultimately, the preference comes down to individual taste.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting.
Oh, this is awesome.
I have another question, but I would like it to be the last question we ask,
Okay.
if that's okay.
I will just give a little FYI to our listeners here. Lex.page is, I know this is not really a free ad, but I guess it's a free ad. It's an artificial intelligence writer. And with that, I have 4 invites. And if you want an invite, feel free to give us a shout out or share this episode. I'll send you an invite.
I never responded to your text. I would like an invite.
Okay, I have 3 invites.
Yes, thank you. At first I was on the fence. Now that we're doing this segment, this is, I like it.
All right. Matt, episode 61. There was something fun we were talking about. We were talking about living a lavish and full life. And then when you die, we were talking about death for a little bit.
Okay.
But do you remember what we were talking specifically about death?
No.
It
Flat
would be
out.
what would be the best funeral music?
Oh, yes. That was a great episode. Loved it.
So the question is, what would be the best funeral music?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. It just so happens that Lex ended up not finishing her sentence. I had to finish it for her. Not that I personally inputted it, but I had to plus it 3 more times to finish the sentence. So this is a highly personal decision, but some popular choices for funeral music include Amazing Grace, The Old Rugged Cross, Ave Maria, My Way, Time to Say Goodbye, and Hallelujah. Other pieces of music that may be appropriate depending on your circumstances include On Eagle's Wings, Wind Beneath My Wings, You Raise Me Up, and I Can Only Imagine.
On Eagle's Wings.
I know. You said that during the show.
Raise me up on Eagle's Wings. Oh, banger. I have another question.
You can go for it.
What is Taylor Swift's best song? Best, not most popular. Best. It's probably going to give a personal opinion, but I'm just curious.
So we're using artificial intelligence to ask, what is Taylor Swift's best song? It is. This is a subjective question, so the answer would depend on the listener's personal opinion. Some of Taylor Swift's most popular songs include Love Story, Shake It Off, Bad Blood, and Blank Space.
Follow up. Can you ask it? Will Matt ever see Taylor Swift in concert?
Will Matt ever see Taylor Swift in concert? It is difficult to answer this question as it depends on the number of factors. It is possible, but it would depend on Matt's circumstances and availability, as well as Taylor Swift's concert schedule.
True. or Ticketmaster actually being competent.
I heard that people are giving a second chance to buy tickets lately.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
I don't know how that's possible. There's like
I
no left.
don't know either. All right, Matt. Episode 74. We were talking about money.
Money, 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 money.
What do you think specifically we were talking about with money?
Was it like winning the lottery?
It's actually the title of this episode.
I don't know.
Do you think it's possible to survive without a credit card?
Oh, yeah.
So,
That's a good question. I like it.
yes, it is possible to survive without a credit card. Many people do so by only using cash and debit cards to pay for purchases. It can be more difficult to manage finances this way, as some financial opportunities may not be available to you, but it is possible.
Okay.
I think they were more talking about like cashback rewards and all that jazz. So,
Interesting.
all right. And still speaking of money, Matt, you did cover this, which I should have looked at the next question. How do you become a millionaire?
Yep. You go on Shark Tank.
Becoming a millionaire typically involves creating and growing a source of income that produces more money than a typical job or lifestyle. This can involve investing, starting a business, creating a side hustle, having multiple income streams, and actively managing finances to increase wealth. It is important to remember that becoming a millionaire takes time, dedication, and hard work.
Yeah. It's kind of a basic bitch answer, but okay. Sure.
You're calling Lex a basic bitch? Excuse me.
Well, I mean, the first thing that said was just making income that increases over time. Yeah, no, thanks. That's how you make money.
All right, Matt, this last one that I've put together, episode 124.
Okay.
Is it okay to cry? Let's see if an artificial intelligence knows what crying actually is.
And let's see if it cares about your mental health.
Yes, it is okay to cry. Crying is a healthy way to express emotions, release stress, and even boost your mood. It can also provide a sense of relief from whatever is causing you distress.
Nice. It's a good answer.
You had one final question for me.
I have a few.
Hit me.
I want to ask, are robots safe to use?
Are robots safe to use? Yes, robots are generally safe to use, provided they are designed and programmed properly. Robots are typically used in applications where safety and precision are essential, such as in factories and medical labs, so safety is always a priority. If a robot malfunctions or behaves in a way that could be hazardous to humans or the environment, it is typically quickly shut down and recalibrated.
It's a typical robot answer. Knew it. Let's see what else. I think I only have one more left. It is a question that everyone needs to know, that everyone has, that every guy asks. I need you to ask the AI.
Oh, God.
Where's the...
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
I thought you were going to bleep that out. Nice.
No, just put it in post. The is located at the top of at the point where the meet. It is a small, sensitive organ that can be found at the front of just above the opening.
There we go. Now we all know.
Now
You're welcome. You're welcome, men.
I need more answers.
For the record, I knew. Yeah.
Wait, I actually.
What?
You put in all capital letters, I need more answers, and it gave me more answers.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. I'll just save that for an extra pod, little, maybe like an interview question, like when we get interviewed on a famous podcast.
Yeah.
I think that would be it. So
I agree.
Boy, oh boy. Wow. That is, here, give me an outro to a segment on a podcast. All right, I'm going to say, thanks for joining us for this segment. We hope it's been helpful and informative. And until next time, stay informed and continue the conversation.
There it is. And stay tuned for the end of the podcast because the advice today is not coming from me. It's going to come from Lex.
Okay.
Yep. So stay tuned for that. But before we get there, we have some great segments for you all. We're going to start off with a little buy or sell. Mike, I have a ton. So I'm going to go first if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Okay. I'm buying Friends.
Yay. Friends.
Not the TV show. Friends.
Me.
This past weekend, I got together with some friends from Collage. We did Secret Santa from not just this year, but last year as well. We were not able to get together last year at all.
Is that where you were?
Yes.
Oh. Well, thanks for telling your best friend.
Well, you weren't in the Secret Santa. I'm sorry. You didn't make the cut. Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No, so we all kept each other's presents for a whole year. In doing so, I did not obviously wrap this gift from 2021 until the day before, last Friday. It was on top of my desk for a whole year, Mike.
Okay.
I pulled it off the top of my desk. Do you know what I found?
Dust.
The present, a $60 Amazon gift card.
What?
And a $20 Wawa gift card.
What?
From last Christmas.
Yeah, that was for you, right?
That was for me. I was
Oh,
in my
no
stocking. They
way.
were like as presents. I put them up there. Just totally forgot about them.
Matt.
Found them.
Man, I didn't have to tell Steven to get you a new mic because you could have bought it yourself.
Correct. Yeah, but it was just nice to see some friends. Some I haven't seen since before COVID. And it's just great to get together with some friends. Just talk about old times, see what's up new with each other's lives. Shout out McCalla. Just got engaged. We're getting old, but it was great to get together and spend some time with each other. Nothing better than just reuniting with some old friends.
You have, Matt, I'll be honest, you do have some really nice friends that you keep in touch with. I mean, I think that's the importance of college overall. I mean, I know we're not giving advice today, but I think really having that certain set of friends that you can always rely on, no matter if you talk to them every day, every week, every month, every year, you just know that you're going to stay connected to them and it's going to feel like brand new every time you meet them. So that was good that you had time with them.
Absolutely. I'm also buying A Year Without a Santa Claus.
A Year Without a Santa Claus?
The Year Without a Santa Claus.
The Year Without a Santa Claus.
Yes. Have you never seen this Christmas special?
I have not.
Excuse me? You've never?
I
Have you ever
not.
heard of A Year Without a Santa Claus?
Have you ever heard of Polar Express?
Yes, that's one of the most popular Christmas movies of all time.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Nice. Congratulations. Year Without a Santa Claus is one of the most underrated Christmas specials of all time.
Mhm.
Basically, a synopsis. Santa gets sick. They want to give Santa a holiday. So some elves fly down to the south to try to get Santa a holiday. I don't know why they asked this mayor of Southtown, USA to give Santa a holiday. He says no unless it snows.
Okay.
So then they go and see the snow miser.
Hmm.
He says he cannot let it snow in the south because that is controlled by his brother, the heat miser. So then they go to visit the heat miser. The heat miser says no. And then Mrs. Claus says, "F- you both. I'm going to your mother." Who's their mother? Mother Nature. Mother
is this
Nature. What?
Is this the claymation?
It's like puppets.
Yeah, it's like Rudolph, right?
Kind of.
Yeah,
It's similar.
I've literally seen.
So then Mother Nature calls
Oh.
her sons in and is like, "You guys stop being some bitches." And they come to an agreement. They're going to little heat in the North Pole. It snows in Southtown. They give Santa a national holiday. Santa gets a sad letter from a kid. Christmas is back. It's great. Fantastic.
Now that I've looked up the pictures, I know of it. I just did not know that was the name of the movie.
It's fantastic. Another fun story. So we have a bunch of Fire Sticks, Amazon Fire Sticks.
Ah,
We were
I was
at the
thinking
bar.
like actual fire sticks.
Yeah, no, I just light sticks on fire all the time. That's what I do in my free time. So we were at our bar downstairs in our basement, and my dad was just flicking on the fire stick, and he goes, "Oh, you're without Santa Claus." And he clicks on it. He goes, "We have to rent it. I wonder what happens like if we can just pay for it." He just clicked rent, and it just started to play.
Huh.
And he's like, "Oh, that's weird. I wonder who just paid for that." And on my phone, I got an email. I paid for it, as my account is linked up to our fire sticks. It was great. But underrated Christmas special, I highly recommend it for anybody out there. And to you and Jenna. You know what, this weekend? Actually, you know what? Screw the advice. Screw Lex.
What?
Well, we'll come back to Lex. We'll still let her do her
Careful.
advice.
She's probably hearing us right now.
I'm probably going to be dead tomorrow. And my advice to everybody is go watch Year Without Santa Claus. It's a great Christmas special.
Okay.
I'm also buying Unexpected Surprises.
Ooh, I like surprises.
Yep. So before I went to this Secret Santa this weekend, I stopped at Dunkin'. Got a coffee and some hash browns. Great coffee.
Dude. Hash browns slap.
Oh, Dunkin' hash browns are the best.
Oh.
So speaking of Dunkin' hash browns,
Okay.
how many do you usually get?
I eat them way too fast to count.
Okay. You usually get
I'm
6.
assuming, 6. I was going to say 6.
Mike, not only were these the best Dunkin' hash browns I ever had in my life, but they came in a really big bag. I was like, oh, that's weird. They gave me 9.
Bad.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, they really, I took one bite. I was like, oh my gosh, these hash browns are great. I looked in the bag. I'm like, oh my God, this is like Christmas. It was 9. It was insane. And then to finish my buys, I'm buying Marvel. I don't believe I said this on podcast. But April and I are now watching every Marvel movie in order.
Oh, it's about damn time.
Yeah. So I believe tonight's adventure will be the Hulk.
You're able to get that?
It's on Disney Plus.
No, it's not.
Well, that sucks. Yes, it is.
She-Hulk is, not the Hulk.
That's not true.
Yeah, it's 100% true.
Then how am I supposed to? Then how? Why is not every Marvel movie on Disney Plus?
Because some were owned by Sony, some were owned by Paramount.
So how do they expect me to watch it in order?
You have to skip that, Matt. It's the worst thing.
I mean, I've heard the Hulk is not a good movie anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we're gonna watch almost every Marvel movie in order.
Yeah. You're gonna have to skip. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to skip the Spider-Mans. You're gonna have to skip the Hulk. But that's it. Everything else is on Disney Plus.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'm selling Disney Plus.
Oh.
I'm also selling shipping.
Okay.
Just in general.
Yeah.
I ordered a Christmas gift for someone. Now, I did order it a little late. However, no shipping should take 15 to 30 days. So that won't be coming in time for Christmas.
No.
But I'm also going to have to buy shipping because I ordered one of April's presents. And then a couple weeks ago, I was like, I ordered this a while ago. I don't know where it is. I looked, it was in China. Come from China. However, I looked on December 3rd at 5 a.m. It left China. On December 3rd at 11 p.m., it was in New York City.
Nice.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Submarine.
And then finally, to finish off this whole segment, I am selling cheap sports fans.
Okay.
Now, let me explain myself. Baseball free agency is going on.
Okay.
The Yankees have re-signed Aaron Judge. 9 years, $360 million. It's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
The New York Mets are paying about $100 million over the tax limit right now.
Okay.
Just because they're just paying everybody. A lot of sports fans are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they gave Judge $360 million. He's only worth like $300. That's so much money. That's ridiculous. Are you paying a cent of that $360 million? No. Am I paying it? Mike, are you paying it? No.
I check my bank account. Nope.
No. So the point of being a sports fan is to want your team to win. How does your team win, Mike?
You have good players on your team.
You have good players, yes. If you don't have to pay for these. I hope the Yankees pay $1 billion in taxes. I want every player on the team to have a $300 million contract because that means they're damn good players. I'm not going to have to pay them. And guess what? If the Yankees, they first offered him 320, they gave him 360. They gave him $360 million. Guess what we have to do as sports fans the next day? We have to get up and go to work. That's going to happen whether Aaron Judge is making $100 million, $200 million, or $360 million. And guess what? The people that are paying these contracts, the Yankees are going to make back $360 million on Aaron Judge. They've probably already made it back. Probably.
Yeah.
Like, if you can own a professional sports franchise, whether that's baseball, basketball, football, you can afford to pay your players. Justin Verlander he's making like $40 million each of the next 2 seasons. That is more than the entire Pittsburgh Pirates. That's more than the entire Baltimore Orioles. And that's more than the entire Oakland Athletics. That is a crime. If you can own a professional sports team, you can afford to pay these players because you're going to make it back. So I don't ever want to hear a sports camp fan complaining about, one, athletes make too much money when they are in a $1 billion industry. 2, you're not paying the contract. So just suck it up and enjoy that your favorite team just signed a star free agent, because that's probably the highlight of your sports life.
And the wise words of everyone, people just want something to complain about.
I love the people that are like, you know what? I wanted to give Judge that extra $40 million.
Yeah, like you had the money to dish that out.
Also, guess what? You're not giving him that extra $40 million. No! Hal Steinbrenner is. And he finally grew a pair of balls, called a free agent, and was like, what's it going to take? Like, Yankees fans should be ecstatic, as I am. End rant.
That was definitely my conversation with Matt when we finally got the breaking news of Aaron Judge. It was kind of like, some people aren't really that happy.
It blows my mind.
And then that's probably when you started seeing all the comments and all the people who were like complaining about Aaron Judge's sign. And then this is what led to the rant.
Also, screw you, John Heyman, because the night before he's like, oh, he's signing with the Giants. And then 5 minutes later, never mind, he's not. That was fun.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
You
all good, buddy?
Yeah,
okay.
No, I think that's enough.
All right, good. All right, well, I'm going to sell. I'm just going to go straight to selling. Matt, it's that time of the year, you know. Just going to sell wrapping presents.
Yeah.
I will say, I wrapped a present before I got on.
That's pretty nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's very nice.
Thank you. It's very nice. This is actually my employee Christmas party present. I can share it because we're having it before the podcast release, so no one hears it besides, I mean, somebody's going to receive it. We do like a white elephant exchange. Mm-hmm. So like, regardless as to whether or not, just want to make sure it's in the right position. It's upside down. Yeah. Anyway, because I don't know if it's upside down or not. Anyway, not that it's relevant, but we do this like questionnaire and we like pass presents and like we go to a nice dinner and all that. So what I got is there's this thing that's going around in the office that's talking about, oh, well, you know, all you just have to do for your work is just the press of a button. In most cases, it revolves around somebody who runs reports for my office and then also me, who's the photographer. It's just the push of a button. So what I got on Amazon was a lovely, workable, large enter button. So you can literally plug in this enter button. Yeah. Plug in this enter button and you can literally smash it for it to work. So I like wrapped it in like a box, but then on top I put, it's just the push of a button. So somebody could just smash it. So I'm really hoping there's 1 or 2 people that receive this gift. Of course, I have no idea who's going to receive this gift, but I'm hoping for 2. But if not, everyone's going to get the gag, including the person that receives the present.
That's fantastic. I love that.
I'm all for gag gifts. Let me tell you, like anything like an employee party, like I'm so for gag gifts. I'm terrified for you, by the way.
I am so excited. Yeah, no, I'm terrified of what I'm going to receive as well. There's a good chance I know what it's going to be about. There's even people in my office, so our Secret Santa exchange is not until next week.
Yeah.
And some people will give like a gift on, like leave it on their desk like a day or two in advance. Someone today, one of my buddies at work, received the first part of his gift on his desk today. You know what it was?
What was it?
A can of Spam. Oh, so Lord knows what that's going to be. But yeah, no, I'm definitely going to get it good. But I'm also going to get my person very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you got to throw in some gag gifts when it comes to an employee Christmas party. Because,
Absolutely.
like, I don't mind the Dunkin' gift cards, the Amazon gift cards, but that's not fun. Like, this is meant to jab people at work. Yes?
As a reminder to everybody, hold on. I did share this last year on the podcast. Do I still have them?
Do you have them? Oh, it's
Sure do.
along with the dust that's on top of it.
Yep. Last year, I received Suck a Bag of Dicks.
You've been eating them?
Nope. Why,
Oh,
Mike, why would I eat them?
I don't know. It's candy.
No.
Okay. Anyway. Well, yeah, so I'm always the person for the gag gift. So
I agree.
I hope I get a gag gift. You know, when you get a gag gift to give away, you should also be ready to receive one too.
Yes, I agree. If you can't dish it out, or if you can't take it, don't dish it out.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
But you're not a fan of wrapping gifts?
you know, back to the whole point of what we're talking
Correct.
about this.
As I whip out a bag of dicks.
I like get super stressed. Like,
I do too.
Because I mean, I've seen my mom, I've seen other people wrap gifts, and it's just like, it's like second nature to them. Meanwhile, I'm like calculating how many squares in the wrapping paper it's going to take to fold correctly on one of the side of the boxes.
The sides always get me. Like that. Always get me. I'm getting better at it.
Yeah.
But it's a work in progress.
Yeah, I mean, the side isn't that bad. Like,
No, they
it
look
looks
very good.
good. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, be honest.
I'm here.
It's a safe space. You
Okay.
can edit this. Did you get that wrap, that Boss Covs?
This?
Yeah.
No, I
Did
wrapped
you
it
wrap that
myself.
yourself? Okay.
Literally
Okay.
wrapped it right
Okay.
here.
Okay. Just checking.
I did go to a boutique for my mama. And they're like, would you like it wrapped? I'd be like, sure.
I mean, yeah, if they're going to offer it, sure.
I'm also selling Amazon delivery drivers. Matt, there's just been an uptick of individuals who have been delivering on behalf of Amazon.
Yes.
Now, I will say everybody makes an honest living. I am not dishing out insults to people who are working and earning an honest living. What I am yelling at is the corporation of Amazon for the lack of training, because there are people like my mother who spent many years at the United States Postal Service who actually spent time being trained on how to deliver. Matt, my birthday present that Jenna got me this year was delivered to the wrong address.
Mm-hmm.
Had to redo it again. I think I mentioned this a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
They said there's nothing we can do about it. And it's like, it's literally you guys. Like, I could understand if it was a FedEx, if it was the United States Postal Service. This is you. You are responsible. And I think that was fair. You are the person who's responsible for it. You cannot point fingers at anybody else. You are responsible for it. So what are you going to do? Well, we can give you a gift card. That's not what I want.
No. Only you can prevent packages being delivered to the wrong house.
There's also this thing that was going around too that you say Amazon, your ALEXA, thank my delivery driver. And it said, we'll give you $5. We'll add $5 to the person's pay. Well, guess what, guys? That's only to the Amazon delivery drivers. That's not to any of your United States Postal Service, not to your FedEx, your UPS. Directly, if it was a Amazon worker, they got that $5.
Do you know they already ran out of money for that?
And they ran out of money. But you know what?
In
It
like
went
the first
back
day.
to Amazon. It did not go to anybody else that was there. So like
But
thinking,
there's also, they're also donating $10,000 to that driver's charity of choice.
yeah, better. God forbid.
Correct.
So,
I mean, it should be $100,000 on Amazon has.
Anyway, if they can go to the moon, they can support our
Yep.
mail carriers and postal clerks. So,
Yep.
I'm buying. So I'm done with my selling. I'm buying Fortnite with friends.
Yeah.
Fortnite is back with a new chapter.
Yes, sir.
Nerding out here a little bit. Matt and I already got a dub the first night that we played. And let me tell you, Matt, Trent and I played last night.
Yes, I was not able to join.
We got a dub last night too.
Nice. Yeah.
And big brain strats up here, and this big brain of mine, I was able to help Trent get his first dub. Not that it was technically worth it, but I was saying the strat that we were taking on when we first started with the map. We were clearing out the map because, you uncover the map one by one.
Yep. Don't give it away.
And no, I'm not. And and we did it and we won. I said, not gonna toot my own horn here, but I suggested it just a little bit.
Yeah.
So
it is fun. It's very
fun. It is fun. It's back at it where it is. So I'm very glad about it. I'm also buying graduation photos. I'm photos I like doing. There's comes a time where I don't, which is okay. You don't have to like everything that you do.
Correct.
But Matt, yesterday there was a nice snowstorm that happened in my area.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a photo shoot scheduled. And I asked my graduate who I was taking photos of. I said, "Do you still want to do it?" I said, "It's snowing." She's like, "Yeah, that'd be awesome." I'm like, "Are you sure?" Are you sure you want to do this? She's like, "Yeah, it's going to be so awesome, yada, yada, yada." And I'm like, "Okay, good." Matt, I'm going to send you one photo and you're going to tell me what you think of it. So
Okay.
I'm going to text it to you, just sheer reaction. I'm texting it to you right now.
This is great podcasting right now.
But everybody's going to be like, "Whoa, Mike's a good photographer."
That is a nice photo.
Right.
It's a great photo.
Thank you. So it's a photo of the graduate and snowing, and she has snow all over, and the snow's getting in her hair. And I always say 95% of my photo people, if it's raining or if it's snowing, they would most likely cancel or reschedule. But G, shout out G. G was super awesome and just a trooper because she was in a dress too. So 32-degree weather in a dress. Ooh, it is chilly.
Not fun.
Yeah. So no, I will buy graduation photos for this time.
There we go. That was a good segment. We talked about a lot. And it is time to finish off the show. Let's get a little sad. Time for some down in the dumps. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I got one.
Okay.
Just one.
Okay.
So Matt, I've been digging into my Gmail a little bit lately.
Yeah.
Just for
a lot of spam.
A lot of spam.
Yeah.
I want to talk about spam. Matt, I've had Gmail now for I have 5. I think I have 5 working accounts. 5 Gmail accounts that I have personally within my name. Most of it was really related on, do I want this newsletter? Do I want this? Do I want that being sent? The issue I was having was my main account, which I will not review on the show. But it's kind of like my professional one, like something I'd send out inquiries for, or, certain applications, whatever it may be. And I didn't realize that I had an extra tab I was able to, quote, unlock in my Gmail account. So I've had this Gmail account for so many years. Matt, it actually separated all of my, quote, it's called updates. And it's basically, it took half of what was in my primary and put it in this updates. So now only in my primary is only things that A, I'm talking to a real human, or B, something else, which is totally not as spammy as, here's your Moe's Monday thing. I just if I spend $25, I get $5 back for my
you'll
spending.
Spend $25.
I might. I don't know. Stop. I do have a free burrito, by the way, that I got to get.
There it is.
But Yeah, I just am a little sad because I wish I knew this much earlier, because my Gmail is a mess. Not as much as my work email. My Gmail is just a straight up mess.
My Gmail is also a mess, but I only have the one personal one. So does everybody have this?
Yes. So all you got to do, and you might better go in, I'll just let everybody know. You go into obviously your Gmail, the settings cog, top right corner where your picture is. You'll see stuffs like apps in Gmail, density, inbox type. You're going to hit inbox type. It probably says default. You're going to customize it. Select tabs to enable. And one of them is updates. And then you literally do that, and it separates like 90% of your email inbox in a good way.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the only thing I was kind of sad for.
That's good. I mean, listen, it's the holiday seasons.
Yeah.
I have a few. Not that they're not very sad. So Mike, yeah, we had some snow this weekend. I had to clean off snow off my car for me to drive it.
Man.
Yeah. Was not happy.
That's one thing you're down in the dumpster.
Not a happy camper. Two more. This one's not like totally down in the dumps, but the future is kind of scary.
The feature?
The future.
Future.
Just in like the unknown. You never know what's going to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a little unnerving at times.
Okay.
Yeah. It's both good in a good and a bad way.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a little scary.
Okay.
And then finally, Mike, I don't know if you saw this, but again, what's the best part about Twitter?
The jokes, the trolls.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't say the trolls, because they're not good sometimes.
Sometimes they can be. The jokes.
I will say, let's say the content.
Right. What's the content on Twitter?
Sarcastic, benign. I'm just kidding.
Short.
Oh, I mean, yeah, 280 characters. Yeah, that's.
Have you seen the news?
Are they adding more to the character limit?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. I saw this on a tweet. My kids,
where you get most of your news from?
Yes. If it's correct, they're upping it to 4,000 characters.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not happy.
Do
Do not be that person that writes a Facebook message on Twitter. If you do, I personally guarantee I will unfollow you.
So just so everybody is aware, this is from Oklahoma News 4, KFOR.com. Twitter CEO Elon Musk on Sunday suggested the platform will dramatically increase character limits on tweets from 280 to 4,000.
That's ridiculous.
One user tweeted at his social media platform's new owner, Elon, is it true that Twitter is set to increase the characters from 280 to 4,000? Musk's response, yes.
It's ridiculous. That's the beauty of Twitter. You have to be quick, witty, and to the point. Like, I don't want to scroll on one tweet. I think we all need to come together and agree that we're not going to do long tweets, because that's not what Twitter is about. That's not what makes Twitter great. I don't read. If I see a Facebook post that's like more than 6 lines, I'm not reading it. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to read a tweet that's longer than my phone screen. It's not going to happen.
Wow. So I could see it as a benefit. However, let's meet in the middle and let's just possibly increase it to 400 characters.
Yeah.
4,000 is a lot.
4,000 is insane.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even have 4,000 Facebook characters.
I hate getting in the mind of the CEO, but in the world of algorithms, one thing you want to do is to have your users stay on the platform. So that way you can be kept getting served ads and attention and all that good stuff. So I can understand if somebody suggests, hey, let's increase it to 4,000 characters. You pretty much can write anything and have it on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand that argument. However, we are all going to keep our attention because it's Twitter. And if you're one of the select few, I'm not supportive of Twitter in the way that, as somebody who understands like the back end of things, things are just a little weird lately with the world of Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
But as a consumer, I'm like, whatever. I don't care. But yeah, 4,000. That's a lot, man.
That's crazy.
That's
Honestly,
a lot.
I'd rather read like a 20 length thread than a 4,000 length character tweet.
Yeah, that's the other thing, Matt. You can make a thread,
Yeah.
and that still keeps the person on the platform.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. Not a fan. Not a fan.
Wow. Wow, I appreciate that's the first time I heard of Matt. So thank you for sharing
You know what? You're welcome.
the world of social
Listen,
media.
if you need to come find the latest news, you come to the Funny Business Podcast. Always fact checked. And we do that because, we get paid $10,000 an episode. So we have to make sure what we say is correct.
And I do a quick Google search.
And an AI build.
Yes. Well, Matt,
Yep.
let me
See what
just
she has to say to the good people of the Funny Business Podcast.
So, what advice do you have for the good people of the funny business world? All right, Lex. Miss Lex, what advice do you have for the good people of the funny business world?
Oh, no.
The best, I wish I had like a text-to-speech writer.
I know, that'd be great.
Maybe I can, maybe if I have time, I'll overlay it. So,
The best advice I can give to the good people of funny business world is to stay creative, innovative, and open-minded. Invest time and effort into understanding the interplay between humor, current events, and audience engagement. Focus on creating content that is reflective of current popular culture and find ways to leverage that content to connect with your audience. Also, don't be afraid to take risks and step outside of your comfort zone. Lastly, remember that humor is subjective, so don't be afraid to try different approaches to finding the right comedic angle for any given situation.
Wow. That's pretty good.
yeah, we're all gonna die.
Yeah. Or if you don't want to listen to that again, Year Without Santa Claus.
Yes. Well, if you want more of this
So-
crazy,
Great Christmas sweater I have on. I don't know if you saw it.
oh yeah, sleep little 8-pound baby Jesus.
And then
Don't
at the
even know a
bottom it
word
says,
yet.
Don't even know a word yet.
I knew exactly what it's not gonna be.
It's great.
Well, if you want more of this madness and craziness, be sure to head on over to solo.to/funnybusiness. There you can find all of our social media, all of our merch store, and some other juicy flavored content. Give us an outro for the podcast. All right, you can still do your usual thing, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Funny Business. We hope that you found some helpful advice to help you navigate this challenging yet often rewarding field. Until next time, may your laughs stay loud and your content keep fresh.
Stay safe, everyone.